Okay, it seems like we have a pretty bad delay in the signal right now. I'm not sure why that is, but we're gonna go ahead and get rolling. This isn't gonna be long, but did want to take the time to make sure that we answer some questions that have been asked based on some problems we've been seeing students have in terms of trying to submit their photos and videos. I've had a lot of students send their photos, and though you took it as a high resolution image, it's coming to me as a tiny thumbnail. And so just wanted to make sure everybody understands the best way to send us the high resolution photo that you're taking. So that's what we're here to talk about real quick. But before we get into that, just want to touch base real quick. Seniors, particularly, this is something you should want to pay attention to, some of you. If you haven't seen it and didn't know, on Thursday, that was actually when our honors and awards banquet was going to be held. So there was a release of all the academic honors and athletics awards. So if you go over to the website, Voorhees.edu, of course, they're on the home page. You can go and view all the academic honors and athletic awards. So those of you who are dean's list, president's list, presidential scholars, all the different services and awards and things are out there. They're listed, so you can go and look for your name, as well as for our athletes, all those things. And of course, we would have preferred to have been there with you in person to get those handed out to you as usual. But these are some strange times, and we have to do a lot of things differently. So I just wanted to give you a heads up on that. So make sure you head to Voorhees.edu and look for your name and the academic awards and academic honors and athletic awards. So on to the big thing here. Next Saturday, May 2nd at 11 a.m. is the virtual commencement, celebrating the class of 2020. And yes, it is going to be an online event. The ceremony will be streamed live on YouTube, although you'll be able to watch it on the Voorhees College website if you want. Our suggestion is that you create watch parties, though. So whether you're creating your watch party on Facebook, through a Facebook group or something, you can do it as a live Instagram where maybe you've got YouTube up on your flat screen TV in the house and you're live streaming on your phone, so everybody that's there on Instagram can watch it as well. However you want to do it. If you set up your own watch parties, then you can have your own conversations, your family, your friends from all over commenting and talking specifically to you. Of course, the chat will be live on the YouTube stream as well. So of course there'll be people making comments there, but that's going to be broad and that's going to be everybody. So again, if you create your own watch parties, that'll make sure it's more personalized specifically to you. So now let me move on to the biggest issue we've been having. So when you take a picture on your cell phone, everybody's phones now, any phone you've gotten in the past 4, 5, 6 years is capable of taking a high resolution photo. High resolution basically means that if you look at the width and the height of that photo in terms of pixels, each one of those numbers is going to be in the thousands. If the numbers are less than thousands, if it's in the hundreds, that's not a high resolution image. So on Android phones, the way you can find out the resolution of a photo is to simply click on the photo, open that photo on your phone, and swipe up. When you swipe up, you'll see the metadata for that photo. What that's going to tell you is probably when the photo was taken. It'll give you the file size of it, and it will give you the resolution. That's going to be something like 3000 by 4000 or 3000 x 4000. That is the resolution. So when you hear us say that, that's what we're looking for. That's what we're talking about. If you send a photo that is, say, 1100 by 1700 or something of that sort, we can work with it. But the photos that you send that may be 700 by 900, those are gonna look kind of bad. So on your cell phone, your picture may look like this Mario here. But then when somebody goes to look at that on a larger screen, flat screen TV, large computer screen or whatever, then it winds up looking like this Mario here on the left. So that's what we're trying to get you to understand. We want to make sure that the image that we put up of you is as crisp and clear and just a great shot of you, so that everybody is seeing that. Because guess what? You know, you don't want us to put a picture up of you that doesn't look good. So again, we've extended the deadline to tomorrow, which is Sunday, at 11:59 p.m. After 11:59 p.m. on Sunday, April 26th, we will not be taking any more submissions for photos or videos for the virtual commencement that happens again next Saturday. So let's talk a little bit about videos. Well, no, we'll stay here on the photos right now. So when you've taken the picture, or if you already have a picture, and in some cases, if you went and got professional shots done, did a photo shoot, cap and gown shoot, that's great. What you want to make sure is that you're sending us the high resolution photos from your photographer. When you start sending things through your phone, texting images and things like that, when you send it through messengers like Facebook, Instagram, those get compressed. So where you may have had a photo that was 3 or 4 megabytes, your phone, by sending it through those apps, is reducing the size of that photo. And so when you get it, now somebody opens it on their phone, it still looks fine. But if they take it from their phone and move it to a large screen, then it gets pixelated. That's what we're trying to avoid. Remember, we want the Mario on the right, not the Mario on the left. So again, make sure you're sending us high resolution photos. In terms of how to send a photo, make sure that you are sending the photo as an attachment. So I'm going to show you real quick. We're going to walk through this process here. If we're in, okay, if you're using Outlook, then what you're going to do is create a new message. And with that new message, and whether you're doing this on your phone or on a computer, what you're looking for is the attach button. So you see it here, you see it down here, attach. On a computer, of course, it's going to give you these options: browse this computer. On a phone, it may ask you or show you your galleries or whatever. So here I'm going to say browse this computer, and let's just grab a quick image. So I'm going to use this, and I'll say open. All right, now notice what it did there. So as I open that, it actually now is attached to the email. And the difference between attaching and embedding a file is this: when it's embedded, it can be seen within the body of the email. And some of those you can still download, but typically when you embed something, it is automatically compressed. So the size of it is reduced, the quality of it is reduced. So make sure that you are attaching the file and not embedding it, and send it through email. I know on iPhones and on Droids, you can hit the button and send it through email or whatever. Don't do it that way. Open your actual email, and you don't have to send it through your Voorhees email. I know you've got Gmail, Yahoo, Memail, whatever it may be. Here, let's jump. Okay, real quick. So if you're in Gmail, you're going to compose a new email. Again, you're looking for attach. So attach files, and again, grab this, say open. Notice it's loading it. All right, so now this is attached to this email in Gmail. We'll do another one here in Yahoo. So let's say compose. Again, we're looking for attach. The paperclip is a universal icon for attaching an email. So you're looking for the paperclip or the word attach. So here I've attached this photo and 3 different types of email servers. When it comes, then what I should see from you, what I should see is, let's see, let me grab one. I'll use this. Okay, so this is here in my Outlook. You see this paperclip right there. That's telling me that there's a file attached to this email that I got, and that is what I'm looking for. Attach it, attach it, attach it. Because again, that's going to make sure that it retains its full quality, no compression or anything like that. All right, let's talk about videos. So the videos that I've gotten so far are great. Thank you all for doing that, and keep on. So those of you that want to do it, haven't done it yet, and are going to, so record your video on your phone, somebody else's phone, or whatever. However you want to record it. Record the video. Then I want you to take the video file and you're going to go to wetransfer.com. That's WETRANSFER.com. And this is what you're going to see. You don't have to sign up. You're not getting Transfer Pro. Say no thanks. And you come here. So what you're going to see is it's going to give you the ability to, number one, add your files. And you're going to say email. Who are you emailing this to? Well, this is going to come to my Voorhees email address, which is csumner. Let me type it in there. CSUMNER @Voorhees.edu. And it's going to be coming from you, so your email will be there. Now, and you also, of course, have to drop your video in there. So let me do that as well. I'm going to drop a video in. Let's see. Added this video. I've got the email address that I'm sending from. I've got the email address I'm sending to. Let me change this though. Oh, and I'm also going to do this. So I'm not going to send this from my Voorhees email because I've seen a couple of students had problems in getting verification from WeTransfer through their Voorhees email addresses. So if you're having problems with your Voorhees email address trying to send a video, just use a different email. I mean, all of you have email other than your Voorhees email address. So I'm just going to use one of my many email addresses. But it's still going to, and I'm doing it backwards now. This does need to be my Voorhees email address, because this is where it's going to. You need to send it to my email address at Voorhees. So notice there it says email to. So that is going to be csumner, SUMNER, at Voorhees.edu. Then it's your email address. And you can type a message if you want, you don't have to. But when you hit transfer, what's going to happen is it's going to tell you that it just sent a message to make sure that you are really you. It's a verification email. So this went to this Gmail address that I have, so I'm going to go and check that Gmail, and sure enough, I see right here your code is. So I'm gonna grab this code, verification code. I will go back to WeTransfer. I'm gonna paste that in there, and that didn't do it right. So I didn't copy it. All right, I see it. It's 323032341. You'll verify, and then it starts to transfer. So as you do that, it takes a few minutes, but it'll come on across. Tells you it's done. Your transfer details, who it was sent to, what the file was, and if I look in my Voorhees email, I will see shortly a message from WeTransfer. There it is. All right. So once you send it, then it's there for me to go and grab and download. And that's what we'll do. Download your video and we'll add it to the student videos. So let me talk a little bit about that. The commencement ceremony itself is going to be rather formal, traditional, or whatever, what you're used to seeing in the gym. However, after that, once the entire commencement ceremony is over, that's when we will be airing your videos, compiled all together. Just like the after party or whatever. And your video is a chance for you to take 30 seconds to say, hey, thank you, mama, daddy, grandma, grandpa, whoever. Shout out your classmates. Tell us what you're doing next. You know, some of you are already accepted in a grad program. Some of you already have jobs lined up. You know, that 30 seconds is yours. Of course, you are going to be screened now. You know, you have to be tactful, no vulgarity, no profanity, that type of thing, no nudity. Come on now, people, common sense. Of course, any video you send us like that will not be added to the to the playlist. So just use common sense. But again, it is that opportunity for you to give a message to everybody. So that's that. Those were the main questions that I was having. People ask. I did want to do this to, again, make sure that we put this out there so you all have the opportunity to ask questions. Honestly, I've got some people watching, but nobody's asking questions. I'm going to stop for a second. If there are any questions, you can ask them in the chat room there on this YouTube feed. Just type in your messages, and you know, I'll respond to whatever questions I can. So again, make sure that as you send your photos, you are attaching them and sending them through email. If you have any questions beyond this live feed, you can email me, csumner, that's CNER, at Voorhees.edu. And thanks a lot for those of you that have already sent your pictures in. I know I've had to respond to some of you to ask again that you send it again. Some of you more than once. And you know, I appreciate your patience. But again, we want to make sure that we're making you look good in the best way that we can, given the circumstance. The fact of the matter is, we know this is not the way that you all want to be honored, and it's not the way that we want to do it. However, for this moment in time, this is what we can do. Beyond here is, you know, possibilities are always open. The world is always full of possibilities. But this is what we want to do for right now while we can, to honor the grads for this year. And we want to make sure that you are reaching out to your family and friends, because they want to see you celebrated and honored just as much as you want to do it and receive it yourself, because we know you all have put in a lot of hard work over the past 3, 4, 5, some of you maybe 6 years. So thank you again for those of you who have made submissions. We appreciate it. And those of you who have, we know there are some folks that are not getting their email and maybe not checking the website and stuff, so they don't know. So if you can, please just reach out to your classmates, particularly my my students at the satellite campuses, some of my adult learners or whatever. make sure that you're reaching out to your peers and classmates specifically to make sure that they're getting the information as well. So that's gonna be it for this live feed. Again, let me show you this again. Now look, just because your phone is showing that picture of you looking at like this Mario here on the right, if it's not a high resolution image and you're turn around and you watch the ceremony on a large 72 96 inch flat screen, this picture may look like this, the Mario on the left, and we don't want that. We want your picture to look as good as it possibly can. So thanks a lot. Again, if you have any other questions, email me at csumner@voorhees.edu. Thanks a lot. You all have a great rest of the day.